Jesus. My hair hasn't been cut by a barber since before COVID, and it's getting done this Saturday. I cannot wait. Look at the state of this. Anyway, good evening everybody to this video. Midweek video as well. It's not on the weekend. It is a Wednesday evening. The sun's still out, luckily, later evenings, which is what I like to see. It makes me feel a bit better as well. Like mentally, I like this when the sun's up early and it's there all night. I love it, me. I usually I'd film on a weekend for you guys, and I haven't done anything with the car since we did the caliper video, which was weeks ago, like nearly a couple of months ago, which is really bad. But I've been really busy getting a lot of stuff ready as well for the baby on the way. So the spare bedroom's all been stripped and now replastered, ready to decorate. All the scrap out of there and loads of crap out of the garden as well has gone into a skip. Also, when that room was getting plastered, that day the plasterers came, our boiler just stopped working. Peed water all over the floor everywhere. So we had a week of running on electric plug-in heaters, but nah, the boiler's new and fixed. Anyway, enough about my personal life and nothing to do with cars. Let's crack on with what needs to be done today. Now, the reason why I'm doing it midweek and not on the weekend is because next week I'm going to be going up to Area Motorsport to get the alignment done and the valve clearance adjustment. That's getting done as well. But there's something that I need to do to get it prepped before then, to make sure everything's in place that needs to be in place before the alignment gets set. And it's something that I'm a bit embarrassed to admit I'm doing, to be fair. Oh, it's actually night time now, so time has passed. It's no longer sunny. But anyway, yeah. I'll just show you. I'll show you what I've got. We've got spacers. Now, I'll eat some humble pie because I said I weren't going to get spacers. I don't need spacers. See, that was me saying I weren't going to get spacers. Because if you've been a long follower of this channel, my attitude's always been, don't get halfway points. Wait, make do, save, get the best thing you can get. So I didn't get like lowering springs or anything like that, which are a good thing to get, especially on a lower budget, but I wanted coilovers, so I saved for coilovers. I had standard ride height for years, now I've got coilovers, and I thought I'm going to get new wheels at some point in my life. Might not be anytime soon, but it is going to happen. So I was set, that's it. Fitment's going to be a bit further in, even though the car's dropped a tiny bit with the new coilovers on, but I was going to live with that until a mate of mine, Nick, decided to put these up for sale on Facebook. Now these are the Freaky Parts ones that are 17mm I believe all the way around as well, which is obviously a square setup. Some people have 20mm on the rear, but I'm glad that it's just all the same because that's what I wanted. Plus they're the ones where it has the studs that are extended built in, so you don't have the studs going through and then through the wheel that are obviously shorter, which in my eyes makes that less safe. Now he was selling these at a brilliant price, especially compared to brand new, and they are in pretty decent nick, which I'm going to clean them up in a minute, but I trust him as well. He proper looks after his FN2. His son's also got an FN2, they've both got silver ones, and his son Jake also runs a YouTube channel, Spare Time Network, if you want to go and give that a watch. He's got plenty of instructional FN2 videos as well. But yeah, so that's one of the reasons why I went for these. The second reason is because with the car getting set up at Area, I'd want these on first to have that kind of wider setup of the wheels before the tracking and everything got done, because then if you're changing the wheel geometry after the tracking's not being done specifically for that setup, therefore it wouldn't be as correct. And probably wouldn't handle peak performance compared to setup at that exact wheel geometry. So I've got these now so that I can put them on with the wider stance and then the car be set up, and then I know I don't need to worry about it getting set up in future if I thought actually I will get spacers. It's just done. So that's the first job we're going to be doing in this video. So I'm going to get these all cleaned up because there's some there might be a little bit of grease on the back just to stop it from rusting up against the hub, but we'll reapply stuff if we need to. All I'm going to do, I'm going to do like a mega detail on them. So I've got some trusty GT85. I use this stuff on my mountain bike all the time. You can use it for car stuff all the time. Loosening off rusty bolts, stopping things from corroding, lubrication. It's just a decent all-rounder, and half the time it's cheaper than WD-40 as well. So yeah, I pretty much swear by this stuff because it kind of cleans and protects at the same time. So I've just got an old microfiber cloth. I'm just going to give him a good spray and wipe down. Off we go.
Oh, who's this? Anyway, quick thing before we go on to this. I never really update on things that I've done previously in next videos for people to watch. So with the calipers, stickers are good for staying unchipped, I suppose, but they can peel because they've got tabs on it. They've got a little flicky. If you've got a steady hand, paint them and then clear coat over them, it's probably going to look neater. Anyway, so this is, oh sorry, pretend you haven't seen that. This is the hub. Now what I'm going to do before I put the spacer on is I'm just going to use a wire brush and just get any like crusty bits from before where it might have been greased or lubricated so that it doesn't rust against the wheel. Then we've just got a nice clean patch ready, which that's just covered that in grease now, so that's probably not your best idea. I use a cloth. I'm going to use a little bit of GT85 again. Try and make sure you don't get any of this on your disc. Definitely not on any kind of braking components where the contact is to stop you braking, because obviously we don't want to lubricate that, but I kind of want to get some GT85 in this area anyway, and I'll put some on the back of the spacer just to keep that anti-rust preservation there. You can tell there's been some kind of like copper slip on here before, that's another thing you can use if you want to. A little bit on there. That should be okay. There we go, hub centric, so bang on. Now let's just get the nuts to put on. So you want to hand tighten all these on first. So this will just be attaching the actual spacer to the hub itself. And then you've got the wheel nuts that will attach the wheels to these threads here instead. Now these are proud a little bit from the spacer, which I thought, how's that going to work? Because it's just going to hit the back of the wheel. But the design of the back of the wheel, you've got the holes for the actual bolts, and then you've got cut out recesses in between, so they'll just sit in those recesses on the back of the wheel and not protrude or push it out any further. Regarding these nuts, I think all I'm going to do is I'm just going to torque them to a spec like I would do a wheel, which I think is roughly like 110 Newton meters. So I'll gun them on and then I'll torque spec them to that, and then we'll pop the wheel on and do the same. Sorry if you get any wind noise as well, guys, because as you noticed in past few videos lately, it's just been windy every time I've been out. I'm not gonna like do like 500 uggers. Just get them into place. There we go. That's on, and they'll tuck it up. Okay, we're good. Another useful tip is, if you pop it in gear and the other wheel's on the ground, likely this isn't going to spin when you're trying to torque it up. Because obviously it's easier to torque up a wheel on because the car will be down the ground, and then obviously the friction of the ground will stop it from spinning. But when it's like this, pop it in gear as well, and the other side will stop this from doing that, from spinning. It sounds like I'm saying really simple things, but that's just compared to things that we've done in the past. You could be somebody this is the first video that you've watched of mine, and you've never done anything to your car before by yourself. So there you go, simple, trying to give simple instructions to help everybody. No patronisation here. And I want to briefly say thank you as well, because there's been loads of new subscribers lately, so thank you for joining me. And welcome to the least, I'm putting it out there, the least judgmental car channel on the internet. Okay, so it's back on the ground now. I've actually torqued all these back up again whilst it's on the ground, whilst the cars have got its full pressure on there to make sure the torques are spot on, everything's safe. And just looking at it now, it is so much better. Like, just look at how much more tyre meat we've got there on that side, and this is what it looks like normally. hardly anything, and there's all that gappage up there as well. Yeah, loads happier with that. So it looks like it's probably going to rain anytime now, so I'm going to quickly do all the others, get it up, get it down, and then show you it when it's complete. I've took some videos to show you a comparison, and yeah, I'll show you when they're all on. Up to now, perfect. So that's it then, they're all on, and I'm absolutely chuffed with how it looks, to be fair. I mean, I think there's a slight difference on this. Obviously these coilovers are camera adjustable. I don't know if I had a little play with them, not moving them around, but I might have had a look at the bolts that are on there for the camera adjustment, and maybe I've it's slightly off, I don't know. But that is in line. That is in line with that there. As opposed to this, it might be because it's on uneven ground as well, in the process of trying to move these slabs over here so it's easier to drive onto in future, because that's obviously a little bit further in. But the backs look mint. I love how you can just see all that tyre meat. Oh, juicy. Yeah, obviously they're prone to more like stone chips on bodywork or mud, but this car doesn't get driven as often now, as it's not the daily car, so it's a good compromise. Plus it should help handling with it having a wider footprint as well for the car. So that's it all now, everything ready for when it goes to area and they do their thing with it. So that's pretty much it then for this video, guys. I'm sorry if it's quite a short one because it's quite a simple task to do, but you know what, I always tell you that I want to cover everything that I do with this car, so that it might be something that you've not done before, or you've never done anything before with your car like I was mentioning earlier, or if it's something you're considering doing. What I think I'll do is, after it's been, I had the full setup done with the tracking, I'll go for a good drive and let you know how it feels difference wise compared to just having the coilovers done on a similar ride height to stock. It's like 1 or 2 centimeters down compared to it being properly set up for handling. So yeah, look forward to that video in future. If you did enjoy this video or any of my videos, please like and subscribe to the channel and click the little bell button so it reminds you when a fresh video does come on so you don't miss anything. Massive shout out to Nick again for selling me these spacers at such a generous price. Thank you so much. Until next time, guys, like I always say, enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.